Everybody, Invisiblekatana here. This is, of course, right after my little rambling introduction video, like, hey, I'm in Japan thing. I realized I should do a video for, like, the minor stuff that I noticed my first day in Japan. Going through the subway and stuff like that, especially considering my, like, 4-hour madness trek today after getting out of the airport and finally, eventually making my way here. A couple of random things I noticed, like just stuff that people were doing or stuff people had. And I was like, oh, I should just randomly mention the things that caught my attention. So, no particular order or like ranking or anything like that, just stuff that I remember. But the very first thing that I saw was that I noticed that this was when I was taking. So when I first got on the subway, I took the wrong one, and I was like, I just want to see anyway. So I took it all the way down and took it back. And when I was coming back, I saw a guy at one of the stops. He was wearing a Jack Daniels whiskey hoodie, and I was like, that's really interesting. I don't think I've ever, even in the States, I've never seen anyone actually wear like Jack Daniels apparel, not that I can think of at least. So I thought that was really interesting that he had like a Jack Daniels hoodie. Other random thing that I noticed was this guy had like a little it was like a tiny compartment, like carrying, it was almost like a sash like backpack sort of deal, but it was it was so small, and it was like in the shape of a shark. It was a great white shark, and I just thought that looked interesting. I saw a girl that had a We Bare Bears shirt. It may have been a tote, maybe it was a tote. I couldn't tell if it was like a tote or if it was like a folded up big shirt, but I thought that was interesting. I was like, well, I didn't think that show was like so popular that even in Japan it was big. But they Cartoon Network is here as well, so I guess it does make sense, and it's bears and they're cute. It was Polar Bear, for anyone who's curious which bear, because Polar Bear is he's the most entertaining one. He's the best bear. So I thought that was interesting. I did see 2 separate people reading manga, and I was like, that's super awesome. They were doing it on their phone, but I was like, that's really cool because it's manga. And it's like, hey, it's Japan, people read manga. So I thought that was cool. I did see a guy reading like a legit Japanese newspaper. That's interesting no matter what. If I see anyone actually reading a real newspaper, that's just like, that's just crazy. I think it is a lot more common here that the newspapers are still a thing compared to in the States. But that definitely caught my attention as well. And I think that was pretty much it. Legitimately, super random thing where I was just like, I noticed this little thing, or someone had this thing. And it was like, it's cool to see that random thing where I'm like, like I said, like Jack Daniels never would have expected anyone, like even in the States, like I said, I've never even seen that sort of thing. So I was like, it's interesting, Jack Daniels. Decent hoodie. It was just a black hoodie. It was just like the white logo, which admittedly is a fairly decent design. It's white on black is always just a classic staple of design in general. So I was like, yeah, it looks cool. I actually have like some parody shirts that are basically based off of the Jack Daniels stuff, where it's a black T-shirt with it'll be like nerdy stuff on it, but same sort of concept. So it definitely makes sense. But I liked it. Random little things, like I said, just little stuff that I noticed literally just shooting through the subway. I did see someone who had luggage. Now that I think about it, it didn't really catch my attention until I was just thinking about it, but they're like a group of people, and their luggage, I'd never seen this before. They had like wrapping over their luggage. It was like stretchy what is it? Like if you have like a onesie for like a cosplay type of deal, it was like that. It was like a onesie type of stretchy material that they just put over the whole case. And one guy had like different animal faces on his, and these were tourists as well. These weren't like Japanese people. And the other guy had like, it was like a bunch of Legos on his, and I was like, I've never seen that before, and I didn't really understand what the concept of it was, because I'm like, it's not like it's for, it's not like it was plastic, so if it rained, it would just, you could dry it off real easy. It was, like I said, it was like a stretchy, onesie outfit, but over your luggage, and I just thought, that's really odd. It did have holes in it, so I don't know if they were actually shirts or something like that. I assume they were meant for luggage, because they had a couple of them. Those are the 2 that I noticed, but I know that there was like at least 1 or 2 other pieces of luggage that had the little things on them. But I was like, that's really interesting, and it's just like a big pattern that goes over the whole luggage. So I was just curious. I was like, if anyone knows what those are for, definitely let me know, because I'm like, I feel like that would be so weird to just have that to be like, this is my cool design luggage. It was like, just buy luggage that looks like that. Like you can buy Lego luggage, or you can buy luggage that has like animal faces. So it's like, why have this weird stretchy little, almost like a stretchy T-shirt to to put on the luggage? It wasn't adding protection or anything. So it seems weird that that's how you would go about like having a cool design luggage. It was like, well, just buy the cool luggage itself. Like they make those things. So I don't know, that was just me. That's what was in my head when I saw that, and I was like, that's weird. I wonder what that's for, because it seems weird, like I said, to basically be buying like a little t-shirt for your luggage when you can just buy luggage that looks exactly like that, or something close to it. Maybe not as practical as far as the Lego thing goes. If they actually have like the pieces sticking off, might be a little tougher luggage wise, but it was just interesting. So if anyone's seen that before, if you have that, please let me know, because I thought that was really interesting. And I assume the holes are meant to accommodate other types of luggage. If obviously if you're holding it sideways, you can have it like stick through the hole, stuff like that. But I was just like, that's interesting. Never seen that before, so I thought that was kind of weird too. But those are some random little things that I noticed my first day in Japan. Nothing really out of the ordinary. I did see a cute couple on the subway, and they were talking it up and stuff. I was like, oh, that's good for them. Other than that, yeah, just it was kind of normal. Just me going back and forth, being super tired. Currently tired as well. Trying to figure out what the heck I'm gonna do. I finished my Coke, and now I'm sad because I'm like, I have to go out into the world. It's one of those things where I'm like, I'm kind of tired. I want to just go to sleep, but I also don't want to go to sleep too early. I think it's like 9:30. I normally go to sleep when I try to, when I'm working. I try to go to sleep at like 10, which hasn't really worked lately. So I don't know. Maybe I'll do that and get up in the morning and kind of get things going. But I got to get my internet. I got to get some Wi-Fi so I can let people know I'm alive, so I can freaking figure out where the heck to go as far as the subways are concerned and things like that. But yeah, those are some random things I noticed. Day one in Japan, super random crap. So I just kind of wanted to share little things that won't pop up in like any of the other videos. I doubt I would have referenced like, oh, I saw this guy with a shark sash thingy or something. Actually, that seems like something that would probably come up in conversation with me. But the other stuff, maybe not so much. So I wanted to make a quick little video about that. So hopefully you guys enjoyed literally just some random nonsense. Like, here's some things I saw, the first day in Japan. Nothing like epic about Japan. Just like, oh, this person had this person had that. Minute little crap. But thought it was worth sharing, just since I didn't do like any filming at all today outside of in this room, because I was just walking around. I was like, I'm not gonna film while I'm carrying all my luggage and everything, and I thought it was gonna be much simpler when I took on that ultimate task. And I was like, I should have just done what I planned. Like, the plan the whole time was like, I have to stop somewhere else before coming here. I should just get a taxi. That was always the plan. I was like, you know what, I'm gonna go ahead, I'm gonna figure it out. I had to buy my card anyway to get on the subway anyway. So I was like, well, I gotta buy my Suica card, and I thought I was getting on the right subway that first time anyway. So I was like, well, it's right here. It's literally, it was supposed to just be like 2 stops, but I didn't, I had to actually like get off at the second stop to go on to another station. So it's technically like 3 stops. So I thought it was going to be super easy, but it was not, because I just didn't know where the heck I was going. And it wasn't as simple, even with Google Maps, to be like, yep, just go from A to B, and then here you are. And Google Maps was just effing up and telling me stuff where it's like, yeah, you're done. It's like, well, there's still another 2 trains I got to deal with, or another train with 2 stops. So weird stuff like that. But we'll see what ends up happening. Hopefully more interesting things will come. Well, hopefully you just see the footage instead of me just talking about it. So you'll have some actual entertainment from Japan. But this is still day 1. Super tired. Not my Back to the Future hat, but my Portal shirt. My Portal shirt is my first video game shirt. I should have mentioned that in my first Japan thing. But I wore this shirt specifically. I was like, I have to wear it the first day I'm in Japan, because it's the shirt that I wear for like nerdy special occasions. So this is like my fancy nerd thing, because it's the first video game shirt I ever had. So I always wear it for like super special like nerd moments. Or I actually wear it for special stuff in general. If I don't have to actually be dressed up, it's like I'll wear my my first video game shirt, because I still love it. But yeah, that's why I'm wearing my Portal shirt, for anyone who isn't one. If you watch this, I'm a nerd, so it's probably just like nerdy shirt. But it's very specific. It's like first time in Japan, day 1, gotta have the shirt on. So that is the case with that. Not that anybody cared, but I wanted to mention it. I'm kind of out of it right now. I'm so tired. I'm like extra rambly. But yeah, those are the things I saw in Japan on day 1 that caught my attention. Also, some of the commercials. I do have a TV in here, so I'm thinking like I'll do a video on one day where I'm just not going out, and I'll just watch some commercials and see what happens. But yeah, some things that caught my attention. So thanks for checking this out. Hopefully you guys were at least somewhat entertained by it. I just really gotta figure out what the heck I'm gonna do. So I don't know yet. So I just don't know. And also it's Saturday, the 27th. So no idea when you guys are gonna see this, when I'll get the whole internet thing figured out and all that stuff. But I am here until Cinco de Mayo, actually. So I'll be here from today, Saturday, all the way until next Sunday. So I'm here for like the full week and everything. So I'm really excited. I wish it worked out better than it did. Like, just the whole issue with the Wi-Fi thing really has me annoyed, because the whole plan for that initially was to even get it at the airport, but because I got here on the weekend, I had to have it sent to one of the stores, and then Google was just like, yeah, it's totally this store. Put in the exact address, and it's like, it's this store, and it wasn't. So now I have to like figure out where that store actually is. So that, that's great. Plus, that means I'm basically at this point, I kind of wasted the money to have it set for today. Me picking it up on the very first day, because I don't think I'll be able to pull it off at this point, because I don't have the internet to even figure all that crap out, and as to where I need to go or where it is, because the internet here doesn't really work, or isn't working at all like it's supposed to. So it's like, cool, just nothing. There's a lot of weird internet based screw ups right now, but I'll figure something out. Probably just walk down the road, get some food, because there are some places that are hopefully still open. I know there's a convenience store that's 24/7, so I know they'll be open. And I wish I could figure out how to have my thing sent there, because I wanted to just have it sent there so I could get it. But unfortunately, it was all in Japanese, and I was like, oh, I can't pick what store it is, because I don't even know how to pick what part of the country I'm going to, because I can't read any of this. It was all in Japanese, which I thought was weird. Like, a lot of that website, it's the iVideo website for anyone who's curious. This is pointless. It doesn't matter. I couldn't read it. It was in Japanese. I just realized, like, I went into like a whole other thing after going. This is what happens when I'm tired. Like, I already ramble when I do like little talkie videos that just don't have a real set thing. It's just like, here's a thing that happened, and then I'm tired, so I'm like extra rambly right now. But things I saw, got to figure out some stuff for the trip. So that's that. I might just do a rambling video just because I'm in that weird sleepy mood. I think I'm just gonna do a video about me rambling, so look forward to that. Or it's probably already uploaded, because these are all gonna be like tiny little videos with no editing. Thanks for checking this out. Hopefully you guys enjoyed, and now I'm gonna just randomly go off and do a stupid pointless rambling video just because. So thanks for watching.